So this was really a very, very evenly played game. If you look at the stats, we averaged, I think, 3.5 a carry rushing the ball. I think they averaged 3.6. Third downs and fourth downs together, we were 6 of 16. They were 6 of 16. Or I'm sorry, we were 7 of 16. They were 6 of 16. Two teams played clean football, no penalties basically. We bumped into the guy on a punt. If it's not for that, we have 2 penalties for 10 yards. They had 2 penalties for 10 yards. So you have 2 teams that are evenly matched. They would end up with more yards, total yards than us, because we out special teamed them about 157 yards, so almost a football field and a half in special teams, and it was a draw on penalties. So the difference in the game was special teams, 157 plus in our favor. We had a turnover. They had 2, I believe. So, I mean, just basically an evenly matched game. 2 good football teams. We're 5 for 5 in the red zone. They're 2 for 3 in the red zone. So it's a good win for us. My concern coming down was what I told you guys on Monday, that we had 9 players that were going to play significant snaps in the game that had never played in a conference game and never played on the road. And those guys played pretty well. So I thought our coaches did a good job. The players competed. They're a good team. They're going to make plays. We're going to make plays. Players stayed focused for 2 weeks and practiced well. They gave great effort. They were competitive. So was Baylor. So obviously it's a good win for us. And, we got to enjoy this one and rally back and get ready to go to work tomorrow.
Mike, what your kids show you today more than anything?
The team?
Yeah.
I kind of felt like that this team liked each other. Their chemistry's good, but you never know. You got to get in a position to be in a hostile environment and be challenged like we were today. And what I told them after the game was, it's going to be this way every week in this league. I mean, I don't know any scores other than ours, except for what before we played our game, some people were talking about other scores, but they need to get ready that it's going to be this way every week. So hopefully they understand the importance of focus and the competitive nature of practice and not taking a day off.
Like, you guys have played this team. This is the 3rd time you guys have played in a year. They've all been pretty competitive battles.
Sure.
What has, I guess, what do you make of the battles that you guys have had, these 2 teams, the last 3 times?
I just think that I think he's a good football coach. I think he's got when you watch our teams play, there's no BS. There's no late hits. The guys aren't slamming people down. There's nobody talking trash. The guys just playing football. Teams don't get penalized very much. And I give them credit for that, which I've told him that. I've told him that several times when I talk to him. I appreciate his team, and I appreciate what they do. And I think we play the same way. I think we try to play the same way. So you have two good football teams that are trying to do the right thing and play good, hard-nosed football.
Mike, it was a strange game. First half was sort of kind of games you guys played last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second half arrives and it's fireworks. Everybody running up down the field, huge play.
Yeah, third quarter really. Yeah. Third quarter was like a video game. We hit the punt, we hit the kick return, then we hit the deep ball, and then they went for the 4th down and hit the 70-something yarder. Then we stopped them on a 4th or something. Then we converted. Then we got on the half-yard line. And everybody wanted me to go for it, but, they lost their mind because kicking a field goal makes it a 3-score game. I mean, so we took the field goal instead of taking the chance. Just a good football game, but it just went back and forth, and I think that's what this league's going to be like over the next couple months.
Is this a form of showing you can win different ways with this team?
I hope. It's too early to tell, but I thought the defense played really good. It's interesting when you play a team that's going to go for as many 4th downs as they do in certain situations. The results are going to be a little different because percentages are they're going to convert some of them, and then percentages are if they don't, they're going to lose field position, which is a choice they make and a choice we could make. But so you're going to get a different feel in the game. They believe in their mid-zone run. They really like their linemen up front. And so they have some advantages there in those short yardage plays. And I think that's what contributes to a wild game against a team that goes for this many fourth downs in that style of offense.
The decision to go for it on fourth down in that first drive, was that your call or Casey's call or the one?
Well, those are all my calls, unless they don't work, and then they're Casey's calls. But no, the fourth downs are my call. When we went into this game, since last year's championship game, I said when we get in close to the goal line or we get in short yardage, I want to convert. I want our players to know we can convert, because we didn't do it in the championship game. And so we didn't coach them well enough. And that's my fault, and the offensive coaches. And I said, when we play them next year, we get in this situation, they need to know whether 62's in the game or not, we're going to sneak the ball or we're going to run the ball and we're going to convert. Otherwise, we're going to have a hard time winning. So we worked hard in the spring. You guys saw us in the spring do it. We did it in August. And whether 62's in the game or not, we're going to convert. Now, in the end, kicking the field goal changes the game based on how many possessions it takes for them to score. That's a different situation. But the first fourth down, and then the other time we're in the goal line, we're gonna push it in there.
Generally speaking, were you pleased with your short yardage offense today?
Yeah. And that hasn't been a strength for us. I mean, most of our linemen are more fit for playing fast. They're not bulldozer guys based on the style of offense we run. But we improved on it, yes. And we challenged them. You know, we told 70 and 74, 66, and those guys, you got to block them. We know he's going to be there. You got to block him.
Like what Spencer's day, what were some of your takeaways from his?
He played good. You know, he's 20 of 29. They played cover 2 all day, and when he threw the pick, the corner carried the wide out, which in most cases tells him to throw the ball to the flat. And the guy drained underneath it, made a good play. But he converts a lot of plays with his legs. And you see that in college football now. Well, you're seeing it in the NFL too. You know, if your quarterback, in my opinion, what he brings to the table is he can convert first downs and keep the chains moving with his legs. And in today's game, the way defenses play, over the last 2 or 3 years, it's changed considerably. If you can't do that at quarterback, in my opinion, it's going to be tough.
He's been in the eye of the storm, obviously, because of last year. As someone who knows the position as well as anyone in the stadium, how happy are you for him?
Who's that, Spencer?
Yeah, come out in a better
Oh yeah, I'm glad. You know, anybody that works and hard, and you know, Spencer's a competitive dude now, and we all know this because we cover him locally. We know that he's, for some reason, people don't give enough credit. It is what it is now. I mean, we can go back. I've always said this with him. Whenever we rush the ball decent, like today, we rushed the ball for 166 yards, which is a really good day against their defensive front. And if you protect him a little bit, he plays good. And that's what we did today, so we played pretty good. Championship game, we didn't protect him.
Mike, you alluded to it there. You know, a normal game you might be looking for 4.5 a carry, but it sounds like you're pleased with the numbers you did produce.
Yeah, you know,
as well.
4.5, I might take that back. You know how you know, sometimes you go back to your wife and you say, oh, I'll take that, sorry, I mean to say that. I think 4.5's a little much right now. I'm going to go for if we can go 4.1-ish, and really, the way that defenses are playing now, I'm going to buy that. So, but that front's good. They just are, because we have to adjust and we have to know where 62 is. Can't just go in a game and come out of a game and say he just kicked our butt. And we'd be like, well, that's not very smart. We knew he was going to kick our butt. So we had to adjust some things we do to help our offense, and we did it, but it's not the easiest thing to do.
What do you think of Dominic?
Played good. Good hard yards, protected the football. And Ollie got exactly what I told you guys was going to happen with him. You have a young guy and gets multiple carries and he gets tired. First thing he does is get lit up, and then what happens? Ball comes out. Now, he'll be better next time for it, but that's what I was telling you guys in a week or two ago in the press conference is that's the issue you have with young players. Spencer knows that when he was young and you get tired and your mind wanders, and, you know, that's when you got to be careful about taking care of the football. And so Ollie, fortunately, we got it back. He made a heck of a play. But that's what happens when you're young. 20 comes in, and he's a veteran. So he's better at it. He can get tired and understands, and there's just no substitute for experience.
Kind of crunch time whenever you gave Ollie the ball. What gave you that confidence in him, and was that kind of the get him going?
He's practiced well, and he's played well, right? You guys have seen him; he's played well. But now he's played well. He's been tired, and he's carried the ball multiple times, and his head's wandering, and he's swinging, and got lit up, and the ball came out. And so we have confidence in him, and we still have confidence in him, because he's a smart young man, and he'll learn from that mistake.
It was 4th and 4, I think, from Baylor's 39 when you punted to Tom and then got the safety. Analytics probably say you go for that, but what kind of difference maker is Tom whenever he can, and you guys do like that?
Yeah, in that situation, I think we were ahead by 8. Is that right?
No, it's first half.
Set of 3.
Then I can't give you the analytics on that one. 4th and 4 is a long ways. Rand is the only guy that'll do that, or maybe the guy at Tech. He's been doing it. Tom is really good at what he does, and our cover guys are really good at what they do. So I just believe in pinning them inside the 10, because I do know the analytics of a team going 90-plus yards are really low.
You said earlier you expect to see a lot of back and forth games in Big 12 play. What does it mean for y'all early to see your team respond like this the way it did in the first game of Big 12 play?
Well, what I started this with this conference was, last year we were a very, very mature team, except for wideout. So you kind of know what you're going to get on the road. I honestly had no idea what we were going to get on the road in this game, other than I knew we would play hard and compete. But with so many young players had not played on the road, and this is the best team we played. So it was a good game for everybody, and it's good experience. Now they have to enjoy the win tonight and then come back to work and go tomorrow, and come back tomorrow and go to work and not waste a day. That'll be the most important thing for those young guys, which they've been told. That's what I told them. Now, hopefully they listen.
Mike, what are your overall thoughts on the defense and the way they responded to some tough situations?
They played good. You can look, and they held them to 3.6 a carry running the ball. That's pretty good. They hit us on a couple throws. The 4th and 4, they went for and hit the over out, and he went to the house. We changed the call. Basically, it's my fault, because they checked it, and I told Mace, I want you to check it and change it. And he changed it, and it was too late. Not too late, but it was really too late. And then by the time they got the call, we lost the over route. And so, right, wrong, or indifferent, that was my fault. And I usually know better than to make a decision on defense, because I'm not a defensive guy. But they looked over and checked it, and I said, Mace, check, and he checked it, and it didn't get in quick enough, and so we didn't get lined up, and he missed the over out, and that's my fault. It really is. I mean, I'm being honest with you. So I took that one.
Mike, your receivers had 3 excellent catches, too. Bryson Green had 2 of them, acrobatic type stuff. How much does it help to know you got guys that can do that?
Yeah, that was the difference. That was where we really struggled last year, because we didn't have any threat out. We had so much youth on the perimeter. Now we have Braden that can run by you, and Green is physical, plays physical football. Played really well. He had a drop there at the end. I mean, it would have been a tough catch, but 17 and 80, those guys that can make those intermediate catches for us, they put us back into the flow of who we are on offense, compared from last year.
Was Jaden's kick return pretty much by what you designed or what Wozniak designed?
Yeah,
Or
Woz
he
is.
had live in him?
We have 4 guys that coach our special teams, and we have an analyst, and they do a really good job. So when you just think about traditional football, our punt today was excellent, right? And the one punt nobody's talking about is at the end, when we had to tight punt, because they came all block, and I don't know how long that punt was, 50 yards? 45, 50? And it was almost a 5-second hang time. So we flipped the field, and they didn't get a return. That's a big deal. Big deal.
Last question, Coach.
Did you know Nixon had that in him? If you got Nixon, a few teams have 2 guys that can do
Yeah.
that.
So he's real shifty, and he's extremely fast. You know, he was, I think he's run a few 10.6s in high school. So when he stumbled and got out about the 50-yard line, when he kind of fell and then he got up, most of the time the defense will catch you because he's fallen. But I mean, I was watching, I knew he was gone because it only takes him 2 steps and he's back at close to 4 or 5 speed, and he can roll. So we have weapons there with those guys, and they're very well coached. The guys that are responsible for that, multiple coaches that are doing a really good job of coaching those guys, and they're listening and paying attention.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys, thanks.
Yeah, Spencer Sanders up here, Coach Dunn back there, and Coach Mason back there.